This is a Poulan Pro hedge trimmer that's only about 6 months old, a 2322. You see there, I was just using it last night. The problem is that when I go to accelerate, it wants to cut out on me, which means it needs to be adjusted. And I'll show you the problem I ran into. This is the bottom of the carburetor, and as I was shown online, that screw right in the middle, right there, is supposed to be a splined screw that you adjust the carburetor with. The problem is that Poulan has decided to put something other than a spline screw, so there's almost no way to adjust it. What I did was I used an extractor, a small extractor, screw extractor, drilled a hole in it, as you can see, and backed it out completely. Now I'll show you what I'm going to do next so that I can adjust it in the future. So here we are with the extractor in the screw, and I'm going to back the screw completely out, take it out of the carburetor. So here's the screw with the extractor. As you can see, it does not have any splines on it whatsoever. It's perfectly smooth. So there was no way to use a spline tool on this adjustment screw like some people post on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a slot in the top of the screw so that I can use a screwdriver to adjust it. To keep from damaging the threads on the screw, I put it between two pieces of wood on my big vise. So you can see I still have the extractor in there, but I'm about to take it out. So the plan is to use a hacksaw to cut a slot in the top of this screw so I can actually adjust it. I thought about using a sawzall, but a sawzall has too much vibration. It would not give me the level of control that I need. So here we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just something that I can get a screwdriver in. So that's real close. So I'm going to keep working on this until I get just the kind of slot that I want. See, the slot's not perfect, but it's good enough to get a screwdriver in. So now I will be able to adjust the screw on the carburetor on the Poulan. So you can see a little bit better here what I've had to do. Not pretty, but it works. So here's the tool you would normally use, and everybody would tell you you need to adjust the carburetor with. This is a spline tool. But I tell you that at least on my Poulan Pro 2322, this was useless. I bought it. I already had one anyway, but I bought it thinking that maybe I needed a different size. And then after extracting the screw, discovered that it had no splines. So I want to start it up. I'm going to start up the machine and show you what difference it makes to adjust the screw now that I have a slot that I can do the adjustment with. So to kind of wrap it up, again, the adjustment screw is right here. And I say screw, I use that loosely. Most people will tell you, get one of these tools, spline tool, to adjust that screw. I don't know if it's something that Poulan just decided to do in recent models, but for mine, and I noticed a number of other people post on YouTube that they had the same problem, that it was not splined. So unfortunately, you're going to have to find a way to extract it. And I will tell you that needle nose pliers usually won't do the trick. But it is not splined. It has to be extracted and removed and cut a slot in it like I did, and then you can use a regular screwdriver. And you saw the results from how it runs. It runs like a champ now. It was cutting out when I went to accelerate. So a bit of success. Unfortunately, it took me a whole lot longer to figure this out than I thought. Another gentleman has posted on YouTube how to adjust the screw using a spline tool. I appreciate him showing me where the screw was, but the spline tool simply did not work.